Hi, I'm Luana Rubin from Equilter.com, and we're back here for part 2 of the 2010 Houston Quilt Festival, and I'm going to show you some more of my favorite quilts at this amazing exhibit. This year has so many fantastic quilts, I hardly know where to start, but let's give it a try. Last night at the award ceremony, when this quilt won 3rd place and the image was shown up on the screen, there was an audible gasp and then "aw" from the crowd. This is a kitty named Sammy. I have 3 kitties and a child named Sammy at home, so I like this one. What can I say? I like it. I've been watching the evolution of the digital imagery category, and this one is really a step forward to me because it's combining different elements, not just one photo that has been printed onto fabric. Recently I went to Photoshop World, and I'm just watching this whole point of view very carefully, and who knows, maybe I'll decide to put a quilt in here someday. I love the way the blue and the black comes through, and of course I'm sure you know this by now, but birds are a huge trend, motif trend I would say, in fabric and home dec and fashion and everything right now. And you want to know what my theory is about that? I think it all started with Twitter. Tweet, tweet. Well, I guess we're continuing with the bird theme here. This is the next thing that caught my eye. Because I am just a fanatic about hand dyes, I had to come closer and take a look at these little, very detailed, layered feathers on this beautiful parrot piece. E-I-E-I-O. That's the name of this piece, and as a vegetarian, I just love images of animals. Look at the details and the happy faces on these happy animals waiting to be fed. I know that our eQuilter customers love images of close-ups of nature. Not just flowers, but in this case we have a beautiful peacock feather. Take a close look at the stitching on the little tiny tendrils of the feather. Very precise and very delicate. Here's another beautiful close-up nature motif, and I'm wondering if the artist Sally possibly bought these batiks and hand dyes from eQuilter. These are some of my favorite colors, the mauves and the lilacs, and take a look at how she's worked the batiks together and embellished it with beads. Just gorgeous. This art pictorial piece shows a coastal village in France, and it's so evocative, don't you think? When you look closely at the buildings and the water, you'll see that it's not just color, but it's batiks. So there's kind of an overall impressionist feeling with this piece that's just very peaceful and calming and incredibly creative. So now I would like to show you a couple pieces by my friend Pam Holland, who's from Australia. I love this piece. Maybe it's one of my favorite pieces here. Take a look closely at the details and the stitching. Now when I look closely at this, I see prints and batiks that I recognize that I've carried over the years. Pam has taken the artwork of Albert Dürer and interpreted it into a very colorful and very dramatic POW image that just hits you when you walk down the aisle. If you've been here at the show, I'm sure that you noticed this and gasped as I did when I walked up to it. Here's the second piece I'd like to show you by Pam Holland. She is recreating the Bayeux tapestry. In case you don't know what that is, it is a 200 and some foot tapestry that was created in the year 1066. It hangs in Bayeux, Normandy, France, and it depicts the history of Britain and the British monarchy. And the details are amazing. I don't know how she's going to do this, but I can't wait to see it when she's done. I've been magically transported to the redwood forest of Northern California. Just kidding, I'm in the Naturescape category here in Houston, and there are 2 beautiful, huge forest quilts hanging next to each other at the front of this aisle. This is one of them, and you can see the detail of the waterfall going off into the distance and the cliffs behind. It really has a wonderful sense of depth, and be sure to check out the little red dotted toadstools at the foot of the tree. And here I'm in another part of the forest in the cool shadows under the tall trees. I love the bold and graphic use of color and this stylized figurative. When I look at this, I hear the music of the Broadway show The Lion King. What do you think? The workers in this quilt are made out of hand dyes and quilts, but in particular, take a look very closely at the face of this beautiful woman from Angola. This is truly what you would call thread painting. Her face is painted with all different colors of thread. This arresting portrait by Jenny Bowker of Australia uses batiks, hand dyes, and foiled jersey that's been heated and cut away. You looking at me? So we've come to the end of the tour for this year, but I hope that next year you can come here in person, because there's nothing like seeing it for yourself. There's just too much here for me to cover everything, and I would love for you to see all the close-up details. See you next time. Thanks. Bye-bye.